Most Likely to Die. It's like a proper slasher. So I really wanted to do a slasher of the, let's say, of the 90s, which was, I feel like, a, yeah, a certain type of slasher. It was the whodunit model. It was a strong character base. You had movies like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and they were sexy and sleek, and the killer was just beautifully lit and framed. And I really wanted to make a movie like that.
Okay, Missionary was obviously a couple years ago, went over really well with the crowd. How do you think the really picky Fright Fest crowd is going to take this film?
You know, going into any new movie, I was actually really surprised how well Missionary was received, because it wasn't really a horror film at its heart. It had a lot of drama in it, and I was really surprised how kind of the audiences embraced it. So, this is for an audience like this. Again, still a lot of character stuff in it, because I love to do, I like to work with actors. I like to add those layers with character. Some horror fans hate that, but I like it, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Did you shoot in Florida again?
No, this I shot in Los Angeles. Yeah, up in the mountains.
And why the change?
It all comes down to where the production company wants to shoot, and where our money's coming from, and what is more accessible for the cast. The script itself didn't call for LA, but it made sense to do it there.
Okay. You mentioned 90s slashers, so what was your inspiration for this? Where did this idea come from?
Well, I didn't write the script. I did, it was sent to me from Mar Vista, the company that produced it. But when I was a kid growing up and making like home videos with my friends in grade school and stuff, slashers is what we always did. I mean, I saw Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like, 8. Which I was far too young to watch, but that's how my parents were. So, like, I had a love for slasher films along the way, and she had Laura Brennan, who had written the script, had actually written it in the late 90s. So it was like, when I read it, I was like, this, without trying, it just was one of those films of the era, which I really liked. It was kind of like a window back into her mind at the time. And the films that were coming out at the time. So I was like, I feel like I could make the kind of movie that I grew up watching with this film.
We're lucky enough to get to catch it now. What about everybody else? Is it out on VOD? Is it hitting theaters? What's the story?
This is the world premiere. I have no idea when it's going to come out. I know that we wanted to launch it around graduation time. So yeah, there is probably a good chance it will come out this May. In at least the States, and probably soon after in the UK. I have a film coming out in October, which was the film that premiered here last year at the All Nighter, which is Last Shift. But that's coming out October 6th.
And aside from that, what's your next big project? And are you coming back soon?
I hope I'm here next year. I'm actually doing a thriller with the same company, Mar Vista, kind of like a Hitchcockian style, untitled so far, but we're going out to cast now. So fingers crossed I'll be here next year.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.